What else did I get from Comic Con? I got the lightsaber, got the mouse pad, got the comics. I got some D&D dices because I got them from a friend of mine since I'm going to do a one-shot story for her. Was meant to do it tomorrow, but she's not feeling so hot, so we're gonna skip that to Tuesday. I'm gonna do the story is gonna be a little bit of like a city run by a kingpin sort of situation, like an underground boss. And she can, if she is willing to do so, she can try to see if she can find any hard evidence against him and get him arrested. And if she's not willing to do so, then I will just injure her her adopted father in a way to make her interested, because it's a one shot. I don't really have any other backup stories that you can just jump into. So, but yeah, it's gonna be like this whole idea of like the more she explores, the more she finds out like different businesses are being corrupted by this mob boss, this underground boss. Like they all are falling apart, but they all cannot really do anything because there's no solid proof that it's him. And she can try to find out. She can try to find if there is solid proof, if there's a way to get it done. So yeah, I got those a dice set for her. Beautiful dice, by the way. It's like one side is like pure black, and the other side is like this like see-through, almost like snow globe effect with red like dust, sparkle dust in it. Looks really cool. All right. I don't want to keep Howard too long awake, so let's keep going with the next SCP, Sorotech. Another short one. Howard, you got lucky today. All of the SCPs are short. Sorotech, here we go. SCP-1655 is to be kept in a 5 cm cubed plexiglass container. Any handling of SCP-1655 that requires opening its container to be performed by D-Class personnel only. SCP-1655 is a small arachnid of the order Exodida, or Exodida, bearing a strong resemblance to the common tick. Now all I can think of is Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck! SCP-1655 does not appear to share the common development cycle of non-anomalous members of the order Exodia! Exodida, nor do they require any physical sustenance. SCP-1655 was found latched to the neck of a patient in the asylum for the criminally insane by Doctor, employed by the Foundation, contacted his superiors as a result of a series of interviews with. The specimen is extremely aggressive and will attempt to latch onto and bite any mammal with which it comes into contact. If the specimen is able to bite someone, the following phenomenon will occur. Oh, here's where the fun begins. Number 1. Any living being the affected subject held any degree of affection for will immediately lose all memory of the subject's existence and will unable to acquire any new memories concerning him, her, it. This might be a bit dark to say, but I feel like SCP-1651 needed this one. Because I feel like if this tick bit Seth, Lucy might not be as insane. She would just forget Seth and be like, why am I on the floor crying? I'm just saying, like, there will be a benefit. Number 2. Said beings will not be able to sense the subject in any manner. Any physical contact with the subject will cause mild discomfort and disgust, which will increase in intensity the longer contact is held. Okay. If the subject begins to feel affection to any other living being, they will also be affected. It appears SCP-1655 is able to extract information from its victims and alter its effect in order to maintain complete emotional isolation. The idea of using these things as a therapeutic tool is actually pretty interesting. There's SCP-999, that's pretty therapeutic. because like it does say if you hug it, like most of your sorrows go away, and it smells pleasant. So, and SCP 9999 is like, well, 999 is like the most common one for being like, or the most known one for being like, like a safe SCP that the Foundation just let one around, and people go through it sometimes just to like, hey, I just need a hug. I just want to be around you for a little bit. But I feel like this tick is less therapeutic and more like, I mean, at the end, it probably is a good way to like, distance yourself. It will hurt you because you're like, but I love you, and they're like, ew, ew. So I don't know why. I there's nothing here, but I feel like something just said something gross to me, and you're there like with the tick on your hand, like, why must you be this way? I am inevitable. I am unlovable. Number 4, the subject will ignore SCP-1655's existence. Oh shit. So after a while, you don't even realize it's the tick doing it because you don't think it's there. These effects appear to be permanent and will do it even if the parasite is removed. Oh no. Beings the subject bears no affection to or are unaffected because of this, and the effect of the suffering of its victims on SCP-1655, see test log, is hypothesized the parasite keeps a mental link with its victims and feeds on the negative emotions the effects of its bite incurred in them. Test log SCP-1655. Subject: a female house cat and its kitten. Oh, don't do this. Don't. You can do it on humans, don't do it to cats. SCP-1655 introduced to kitten. Mother cat no longer acknowledges the kitten's existence. Kitten attempts to feed are met with resistance from mother until eventually starvation of the kitten. A plasma-like substance appears in SCP-1655's blood sac. Did you have to do that to the poor kitten? I already read an SCP that was all about cat torture, okay? You didn't need to do this. D236. Pardon me. Test SCP-1655 introduced to D236. Apparently someone downloaded the article of the kitten too, and the alpha got into an argument with them. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as downvoting it. I think that's like, it is messed up to read, but I also feel like the Foundation is like, it's common that they do things like this anyway. They try to like test on non-humans, they try to test on humans. I wouldn't say, like, I wouldn't give it a downvote. I would just be like, this is not for me. I don't like that part. But that's just because I'm a lot more like, I don't know, a lot more lax when it comes to like fiction. Of course, there are still stuff I feel like you should not write, or you should be at least cautious how you write it, because there's some things that will definitely have a much deeper impact on the person than you think. Like, I think both are in the wrong, like the author and the person that downvoted it. I think you don't need to downvote it because of the kitten part. You can just be like, this is not my, that part I don't like. I see what you're trying to do here. And the author should have been like, even if the author get downvoted, they should not have like a, that part, yes. They didn't need to let the kitten starve. Like, they only knew their mother ignored them. Yeah, that is true. That part, I feel like they should have just be like, okay, let's feed the kitten. I'm not sure why. That part, I understand what you mean. Because, like, the Foundation, yes, they do sort of cruel stuff to the test subjects, but I mean, so they do cruel stuff. But again, at the same time, D-class criminals and all that stuff. I mean, again, though, some of the D-class are not criminals. Some of them just happen to be getting accused of being criminals and so on and so forth, and some of them are not even criminals at all. They're just Foundation members that became ranked down to D class. But yeah, no, I do agree that like the kitten didn't need to starve. The fact that they tested on the kitten, I can see that part, but the kitten didn't need to starve. They could have just fed the kitten instead of the mom. As 1655 introduced her, he has to contact his grandmother, Mrs. who raised him. Miss does not appear to hear D236's voice. When questioned about her grandson by Agent, she shows no recollection of him. When a meeting is arranged, she ignores his existence entirely. And when D236 is asked to touch her, she expresses a feeling of uneasiness, something spooky in her words. D236 is removed from the meeting due to signs of extreme emotional distress. SB1655 appears engorged, as if filled with blood. This is a very sad SCP, to be honest. Again, I can kind of understand why the whole starving the kitten thing, because like the whole theme is sorrow and just depression and sadness. But I do agree, don't let the kitten starve. Feed it. Addendum A diary was found next to the body of after his suicide. The following extract is of particular note. All alone. Oh, always alone. She couldn't see me, no matter what I did. She couldn't care. I gave up everything for her. I left my wife and kids. I mean, that's your own fault. I left my wife and kids, my job, my entire life just to run away with her. I thought we were happy. Then one day I come back home and all my stuff is out of the pavement. And when I go inside, she acts like I don't even exist. Wait, she acts like I don't even exist. A little bit of a grammar mistake there. I shout at her and I shake her, but nothing works. She just walks around like I'm not there. I scream at her for hours, and she just ignores me. Every time I touch her, she gets that fucking disgusted look on her face, like I'm some scum. So I took it off forever. That backstabbing lying cunt, she had it coming. She got what she deserved. Why didn't she love me anymore? I left my wife. I let you drum on my penis. Man, a lot of these early SCPs had a lot of angst too. Yeah. Not all of them, but like the ones we're reading today, definitely a lot of angst. Dash B. Tests of the specimen's saliva have produced results. Jesus, I just realized he removed her face. Yep. You realized correctly. The tests were unable to identify all of the different components. Trace evidence of hormones affecting the hippocampus as well as powerful depressants were found, while physiological examination proved incapable of confirming how the specimen uses the information it retrieves from the hippocampus to affect others. It is now clear it is actively causing mental anguish to its subjects, most likely in order to hasten its feeding process. Dash C. Closer examination of the specimen found feminine reproductive organs, implying additional members of the species may exist in the wild. Further investigation is recommended. Well, find those motherfuckers and burn them! Burn them! Burn them all! The sorrow take is pretty good, though. It is a very, like, you know... It's probably one of those SCPs that will stick with you, because it's just how, like... how depressing it is. You read that and you're like, damn. It's like, it follows up with more stuff that just makes you go like, by starting off with a kitten dying because like the mom doesn't realize it's there anymore or doesn't care for it anymore, to a D-class losing its only familial connection to somebody, to a guy who eloped with his mistress, removing her face. Like it just stepped up in how more messed up it could get. So yeah,